is in Jerusalem. A triumphant entry, which must have been quite an experience for him. However, on his way up to Jerusalem, there is the incident where he was set his face towards Jerusalem. He set his mind towards going to Jerusalem. Peter tried to stop him. And he said, "No, I must go ahead to Jerusalem." You're with Mission Alive. This is Roger from the MSC Mission Office. This was an absolutely decisive moment in Jesus' life. To go up to Jerusalem in the atmosphere of the time. He had confronted the leaders before. This was a major feast day. There were many thousands of visitors in Jerusalem, and he knew that as he went up to Jerusalem, he would confront the leaders again, and this would be a decisive time in his life. We all have decisive moments in our life. I remember a young friend of mine, a relative, he told me once how he proposed to his wife. He went somewhere nice, or having a nice holiday. He had the ring in his pocket, and they're on the beach, and he had it in his mind to go down on his knee, take her hand, look her in the eye, and ask her to marry him. He tried about 6 or 8 times before he actually got it out. He'd hold her hand and look her in the eye, and then say, "Oh," look away and say, "Nice day." He couldn't bring himself to that decisive moment. And it was a decisive moment. We all have these decisive moments. Remember how I dithered and pondered before I decided, yes, I will take final vows as a religious. So there's many decisive moments in our life. Some are more, some are set us on a path of life, whether it be career, marriage, a vocation, a profession or a trade. What are we going to do with our life? There comes a moment where we make up our mind and we set ourselves in a direction for life. And throughout life, there's other decisive moments. In a marriage, often get to a point where people think, am I going to continue with this or not? I might be having difficulties, personal problems or conflict or something in the marriage. Going to say, well, we'll go our own ways, split up, or do we persevere and get through this difficult time and come out the other side? And most marriages will go through that. You probably have yourself. It's a decisive moment where you decide we're going to split up and go our own ways, or we're going to persevere and make this work. Same with a career. Might be the change of a career. Might be the change of job. All kinds of moments in our life are decisive. Particularly many young people, when they finish high school, they have to make up their mind which way they're going. Someone else I knew, a relative of mine, he wanted to go on a certain course to university. He didn't quite make the grade. He didn't quite have the qualification for it. So he went in a slightly different direction, and in that direction he's been successful in life. So we have these decisive moments in life. And this is what Jesus faced with this time going up to Jerusalem, this entry into Jerusalem where he was hailed as a king, and that led him into direct conflict with the authorities. The authorities were in a difficult situation themselves. They were caught between the Roman Empire, who were getting quite sick of the Jews, and the people and their God. They were caught in a difficult situation. And here was Jesus, this guy from Galilee, who was being proclaimed by the people as a king, as a Messiah. So the conflict was inevitable. And Jesus died as a result of it. We're ending into that period now with Palm Sunday and coming through Easter to Good Friday, etc. And in that, I've said through Lent, we have to prepare ourselves, looking at our life, examining our life. Maybe at the moment, you might be in a decisive moment. Might be small things that you have to change in your life, might be big things. Jesus faced this decisive moment and he went forward to meet it. And he went through with it and he died. He made the sacrifice at the end of it. But as we know, that's not the end of the story. So in our life, in our mission, there are moments when we have to decide. We go ahead, we go backwards, we go sideways. This is part of our mission. This is how the mission goes ahead. Thank you for being with us.